Now, I ain't gonna lie, guys. I'm kind of peed off. Like, I'm legit. I'm a little bit bewildered. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's kind of crazy to me because, like, listen. Yesterday, I watched Secret Invasion episode 2, and I'm loving the show. And I know I'm not the only person who also thinks that when they watch Secret Invasion. I know that for a fact because, you know, I'm not just I'm not just trying to follow a hate train of just hating Marvel and Disney when there's something that's actually good. And I can see that other people hold the same sentiment because that's what everyone else is saying. Like, it's kind of crazy to me how you have like YouTubers like Nerdrotic, like Den of Nerds, who I have respect for, even Critical Drinker, man. There's so many people who are just kind of jumping on this, again, hate train because it's been trendy to like hate on Marvel for the past year. I feel like they're missing something here because the last 2 episodes of Secret Invasion have actually been really great. I feel like it's been the best piece of content we've had from Marvel in a long while. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, when I think of episode 2, yes, I'm sorry it's delayed. I will be posting a reaction for it. The writing was amazing. The writing was the best that Marvel has done in a really long time, and it wasn't even just that, because there was also action in this. It wasn't as slow that these YouTubers or, I don't know, these Hollywood reviewers are actually saying or talking about. It doesn't make sense because there seems to be a bit of a disconnect here. Again, that's why I keep thinking to myself, like, these guys are just kind of riding again a hate train. I'm gonna keep using that word because that's literally what it is. I feel like that's why they keep riding that wave, because it's gotten so many views, because, you know, Marvel hasn't necessarily been great in the past. And I appreciate, of course, now you may be just disconnected from Disney and Marvel in general because of the previous content. I appreciate that, and that might give you maybe a negative lens that's kind of covering pretty much everything that's making this show, in my opinion, great. Maybe that's what's happening to you, bro. But again, when I think of the choreography of the fighting we saw, you know, from Gravik, the storytelling at the moment in terms of, I guess, the mystery still and what's going on, the writing when you're seeing scenes with Don Cheadle and Samuel Jackson just go back and forth, even Nick Fury and Talos, come on, bro. What are we doing here?
Oh, shiver my timbers!
Look, I don't make these type of videos. I normally don't. I am a Marvel fan, and I do have that bias. I'll admit I do. But again, when you compare it to the content we've had ever since the start of Phase 4, Secret Invasion, in my opinion, has given us some of the best writing so far. Out of everything released since the start of Phase 4, I'm including movies here, bro. Like, what are we actually talking about here? Like, even like the Den of Nerds most recent video, which is kind of why I'm getting a bit amped up here, it seems so out of touch, because when you read through the comments, everyone's praising the show and a little confused why YouTubers like yourselves are still talking about nonsense, really. You're meant to be reviewers, you're meant to be critics. Like, I watch you guys, like, and it's kind of unfortunate and a bit disheartening that we do have people who are clearly fans still. They're still talking about this content. They're still watching this shit. Like, they literally are still watching this shit. So what are you doing, bro? Like, I'm starting to see through your facade, and I think it's a bit silly what you're doing, because ultimately you're just hurting the show, and you're gonna eventually start alienating people, not only from yourselves but maybe even from Marvel, because you're really you're clouding judgments when I think actually in reality you're missing a lot of what makes this show quite high quality. And if you can't see that, then you ain't a true reviewer. I'm sorry, but this is crazy. Am I going crazy? We've not even seen the full season yet. That's the craziest part. It's like, we've only seen 2 episodes and people are already being so critical. Like, it doesn't make sense to me how you're trying to judge a whole show based on 2 hours of a total 6. Like, I just needed to vent that out, because bro, like, it's ridiculous how much content I see being created about this show, talking about how it's trash, when in reality you read through the comments and people are saying completely the opposite. It's like, what are you guys doing? Come on now, dogs.
Come on, man.
Anywho, man, peace out. I'll see you guys later on today for some Secret Invasion, man. Damn, motherfucker. Shout out to Samuel.